Anyone
can be underrated.
as fuck.
You are now tuning into the latest episode of the Underrated as Fuck podcast.
Hosted by the one and only Bliss.
And you already know, Mighty Zay.
Yo, what is good, everybody? Welcome back to yet another episode of the Underrated AF podcast. Yeah, we're still here.
Woo.
Potentially, you still listening. We're going to keep it rolling all
Potentially, they
year.
are. What?
All right. How you feeling since 2 weeks ago, episode 4 of our season 25?
I feel ascended. I feel like I've ascended.
You've ascended?
I've ascended.
Are you leveling up?
I'm leveling up. On to bigger and better things.
Yeah, tell me. I do feel like you're on like an upward climb. You know what I'm saying? You know how life takes you through like a roller coaster?
Fluctuations.
Yeah, like we get energies, get low, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then energies are just moving now.
It's kind of like when you're swimming. You know, you'd like to touch the bottom every once in a while. And then you got to go for air. And then you could just... It's kind of like that.
Is that fan on in the bathroom?
No.
I'm dead. I'm tripping. All right. So, you got anything coming up that you want to talk about? Or are we still brewing?
We brewing, baby.
We brewing. Okay. We're brewing. We're going to have some stuff to talk about very soon, maybe. Hopefully. Anything about gym you want to talk about? Physical health you want to talk about? Anything like that?
No, it's just really cool with physical health and the gym wise to be able to target certain aspects. So like everybody goes into the gym and just being like, oh, I gotta just move heavy shit, right?
Well, I'm asking because I feel like you're moving right now in the gym. Like you're not just going to keep up your health.
Right.
I mean, yeah, but I feel like there's a purpose why you're going to the gym. While you're choosing to eat certain things over worse things.
That's all prep work, baby.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's like your body
If you don't hold
knows,
yourself to a higher standard, you'll never reach a higher standard.
but like you know mentally that stuff is coming. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of just have, every time something comes up, oh, what would you like to order today? You know, you're just like, you have that, you pick something knowing that, you know what I'm saying?
Let me give you a saying right here, right now. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. You feel me?
I feel that.
So
what about the off season?
you got to stay ready.
There is no off season.
There is no off season. This is life.
There can't be an off season, right?
No such thing.
There's always,
If you're after something, there's no such thing as a break.
like with the music, there's what you call the off season is actually the working season.
Boom. They just don't see it.
And then when you drop something, that's, oh, he's here.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be working when nobody's looking. And depending on how hard you work, it's all up to you.
It's got to be hard to be. I always say this, but imagine we're not together, right? We live together, which is super motivating. We could hold each other accountable without even realizing it.
Right.
Imagine people that aren't in that same situation. They're, you know what I mean? They're living by themselves and they want to get stuff done. They want to move.
But they just have no accountability held on them.
And they're like, okay, I'm going to do this tomorrow. I'm going to do this the next day. Next thing you know, a week passed.
And then a month.
I mean, that happens with me. It happens with me too. But then I always have that thing in the back of my head like somebody's watching.
I am.
And not necessarily you, but you kind of bring awareness to that.
Watching, right.
People could potentially be watching.
The whole
You know what I
idea
mean?
of it.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, huh?
So do we got to give real big props to the guys out there that are doing it by themselves?
I mean, we still
And
are
they're
doing it
doing
by
it?
ourselves in a way. But the people that are completely alone, that are isolated from everything, and if you're still doing that work, that's hard. Like, that's hard.
You'll find yourself
That's hard.
somebody that's working or wants to like be something bigger than themselves. That's like one of the little, like, if you could find like a little tips and tricks, that might be like one of the little You know what I'm saying?
My whole idea behind that is like, yo, if I can grasp for greatness, like I said, just the attempt of greatness, it's greatness in and of itself. Like, you know what I'm saying? So as long as I can always have that, like, that idea of what I think is great with every action that I have, I will eventually hold myself to every action I do leading to that one thing. Mm-hmm. So if you can just find people like that, potentially do it yourself and then teach other people how to do it.
You know what I always hear that always just sounds like some mumbo jumbo motivational shit? It's always like, it's just like some like cliche stuff, but it's like,
Cliche is good.
if you could visualize it in your brain,
you could do it. If you could see
you
it,
can manifest it into reality.
Yeah.
Like that kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
It always sounds so cheesy. Why does it sound so cheesy? You know what I mean? But like, no, like it's a real thing. Like you could actually do
I think
that.
it's just nowadays, kids have gotten so used to clowning everything. You know what I'm saying? So like shit that would hit way back when, nowadays it's like, shut up, fool. You're cap.
I feel like everybody that wants to be something is always kind of made fun of.
So
right?
you know you're on the right track.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're going to get
Like-
singled out when you're on the right path.
Like I still feel like now, like people barely take me serious right now, but I've been doing it for so long that it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess he's doing that. Yeah,
Isn't that
I don't
cool?
know. I don't know. Maybe you know what I mean?
Undeniable.
Like, it's kind of like my length of time doing this. What are you gonna tell me? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like you were wasting your time. Blah, blah. Okay, well, here I am wasting my time.
Boom.
Like,
I'm just going to be me in my lane, wasting my time. I'm going to live my life, and I'm just going to hear your opinion, and I'm going to keep moving. That's it. Other people can't control your life. So that's pretty cool.
Aka.
I'm dead.
Did you wanna? I feel like we did get something in there for like our workshop. What did you kind of like get out of that?
Don't let other people's opinions control your life.
Oh, okay. There's that, and there was that thing of where I was giving credit to the people that are motivated, even when they got no accountability around them. But I mean,
That one's hard.
that one. What do you think? Like for real? What do you think about that for a second?
Like how genuinely...
is that someone special? Like, is that somebody legit underrated?
Well,
You know
yeah,
what
I mean, at the end of the day, if somebody's truly after something, they're gonna be alone because nobody's gonna have that same idea that they do to get it done.
Well, we don't need accountability, right, to get stuff done.
No, we don't
But
need
it
nothing.
helps. It helps.
Everything helps. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like going to a job and do you have your hand tools or do you have your power tools? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
At some point, you're gonna enter some sort of accountability. So, like, let's
At some
just
point, yeah.
let's just say you're like an aspiring football player, right? At some point, there's gonna be a coach. There's gonna be teammates. There's gonna be a scout. There's right. When you get to
somebody.
a certain level, you're gonna inevitably run into a team,
an opportunity.
or the organization, or something that's gonna be like, all right, time to work, right?
Yeah.
In any industry, that's
You gotta
anything,
show up
right?
and do better than anybody. So you gotta lay the foundation of your hard work now.
Because like right now, like, so you got
They're doing by
me,
themselves.
you got me to like kind of be present, which just always keeps it in your mind, like, oh, he's working, I gotta work. You know what I mean? But also, you got a relationship with your coach, right? And randomly, you'll see a post that he puts on social media, and in the back of your brain, you're like, yo,
Get back to work.
we're gonna get something going, or anything.
Get back to
right?
work. Yeah.
So you being active in your community, even when you're not active in your community, you still got that pressure of accountability a little bit, don't you? Whenever you see anything fight related on social media, whatever, don't you feel a little bit of like, okay, it's time to work, or like, you know what I mean? Like it just keeps you focused.
I mean, I can see other people's stuff going on, but I tell myself stuff on a consistent, like nobody understands that, like, because I've tried to pick other people's brains, but at the end of the day, like I feel like I'm the only one who does that. I'm consistently on my head about certain things that like they never leave. Like those thoughts are always present. So it's just funny.
I mean, yeah. Is that everybody, or is it what I'm saying about people just don't really stay consistent for the most part?
It's hard to give everything your all when sometimes you get nothing back.
I know, but are we just like, you know how we're talking about the off season? Is that us just not really seeing the work because they're on an off season? So we're kind of like saying, "Oh no, I'm more consistent than that guy," but we're just not seeing the consistency because it's an off season. You know what I'm saying? Or are we actually underrated and special in the fact that we stay consistent?
I think everybody's special in their own way, in a way. But I think if you're really about it consistently, people are going to notice. And regardless, if they see it or not, they see you. Mm-hmm. And they'll see the work that you're doing, the energy that you're prompting from yourself. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you would be able to... What's the word I'm looking for? You'd
like
be able
gauge
to,
it?
Yeah, and like just kind of like...
Sense it, kind of?
Yeah, in a way.
So there's no hiding the work.
Yeah.
At all.
Like, you know Kobe's Kobe. Like, in a way. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's walking with the presence. He's walking with the aura. That's just him being confident in what he's doing, and he knows that what he's doing is the best of the best. Mm-hmm. And he's reaching for even better. So it's...
Well, he's an easy example because he was the pinnacle of work ethic.
Well, there you go. I'm giving you level 10 so you can see level 1. You know what I'm saying? Like...
Mm-hmm. What about me? Can you sense the aura of being consistent?
I mean, what's 15 years? I mean, I don't know.
I'm dead. Yeah, but I wasn't consistent every single day of those, 10 years.
Imagine if you were. You can't.
Yeah, then you could just...
Right now.
You could cram all that work into, like, let's say this is the 10 years and I worked sporadically through there. If you crammed it all together, you know
that's
what I'm saying?
a big chunk.
There's a chunk of work that's in there.
A big chunk.
And then there's a chunk of work that's not there.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not good for like, artists to release their art, whether that's painting, sculpting, music, whatever. Photography, you can't release something every single day because then people get numb to what you're doing. So there needs to be a hiatus between each thing that you're doing. So I think what you're doing is right.
I guess we won't know until... Well, so you said it's right? But like me, I guess I won't know until it's right. It's like that. Those sayings you see, like those quotes. It's always like, you're always gonna be wrong until it works. Until that one time that it works, then you got everybody saying, "Oh, he was right all along."
Prize Picks, DraftKings, all them. No,
I mean, no, that was a cool example, right? Because you're betting some money, and then the one time you hit,
the one time I bet some big money, I get some big money. So it's like,
so it's like, oh wait, he is a online bettor.
He's an analyst.
He knows what he's doing.
What's going on?
He's credible.
Statistics.
Is everybody always gonna be wrong until they're right?
Yeah, 100%. Only because we're in the society of like we need proof.
So what about the guys that seem like they're doing it right all the time? Have they already hit all the wrong and now they're doing it right, kind of thing?
Yeah. You can only win if you failing. If you failing. You can only win if you failed so many times. They said the master has tried more time. The master has lost more times than the white belt has even tried. You get what I'm saying? You
said the master has lost
more times than the
white belt has tried.
Boom. Has even tried. Has even attempted.
Oh yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Just from experience and trial and error.
Boom. That's it. Right. That's the only way that we can grow and improve and see what we're about. We need to lose. We need to take the good with the bad. Mm-hmm. If we have nothing but good, then we're gonna turn into something we don't like. If we have nothing but bad, we're gonna turn into something we don't like.
I like when I see something that's showing like a depressed or a downward moment, and then the shit zooms out, and then it's like up down, the whole thing, and then in reality you're still on an upward trend. Right. You're just going through currently like a low
fluctuation,
point, maybe. I think that's always cool when I see that.
So consistency always outworks anything else. So as long as you're consistent with whatever you're doing, whether you show up on the days that you can't give 100% with whatever you're doing, and then you can only give 20%, or the days that you show up and you can give 100% and you're able to give 150%, You know what I'm saying? I think any effort towards the matter counts.
What
I
about
think
a-
effort is the only thing that matters between everything else.
What about
Effort.
a day that you could only give 15%?
Give 16. So be in there, challenge yourself a little bit more when you're in there. If you're only in there and you're like, oh, I'm going to do 2 hours of gym and that's what you're used to, but today it's not really it, we'll just do an hour. But in that hour, blast. You know what I'm saying? And then
You
go
know
home.
what a lot of people get confused with? That they think the work ethic is either on or off. So when you're not feeling it, you're not doing it. When you're feeling it, you're doing it, right? So it's like a toggle switch. When in reality, this is a math problem.
I hate math.
To where whenever you're working, you're just adding to the overall picture of what you're trying to do. Right? So if I'm only able to put 20 minutes into the podcast today, for example, right?
Yeah.
In the editing or whatever, that's still 20 minutes I don't have to do down the road.
Right.
So this isn't
You're just chipping at it.
motivated,
chipping
not
at it.
motivated. This is a math problem to where it's like, if it takes me an hour to finish editing the video, right?
Right.
If I just put in 35 minutes today and then 10 minutes tomorrow, guess what? It's a math problem. I only got
15 minutes left.
20. Well, like, oh yeah, I said 35, right? Yeah. So I'm dead.
Like
I was
10
like,
minutes
I got
left.
20. No, but right. So at the end of the day, when I look back on it, I'm almost done. I got
Right.
20 minutes to do.
10, 20 minutes.
What do you
All right.
think? What do you think about that? I feel like that's something.
So consistently is always chipping.
Chipping away.
Hmm.
It's a math problem. Not
PEMDAS.
am I motivated? Am I not motivated? Okay, if you're not motivated, it doesn't matter. You can still get in there and chip away a little bit.
So action in the chipping, no matter what you do, is always going to be able to, which we're talking about before, chipping is just breaking things down, right?
Oh yeah, like okay, I got to do 5 steps. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 steps.
Well, what can I do right now? Well, I know I got an hour of free time. Let me fit in 20 minutes of doing this one thing. 15 minutes of doing this one thing. That way it's not going to be a huge bulk by the time I'm really trying to get it all done.
Like a good way to break it down in my years of making music, I usually am able to break it down like this. If I feel like genuinely I'm not in a recording vibe, like I'm just not
There,
able to
energy.
put out that emotion that I need or something, guess what? I can go in there and mix up my beat. Right?
Right.
That doesn't require me performing. That's just work that's going to have to be done anyway.
Feel that.
Right? I can go in there and set, you know how I like setting up my whole music program?
Right.
Everything's got colors, everything's named. Yeah, all that stuff. That's all stuff that's going to have to be done anyway.
Right.
So let's just say I'm not feeling like recording. Well, there's a whole list of other crap
Other
I
things
can
you
do
can set up, right?
that's going to chip away from when eventually, oh, I'm feeling it today. Let's get in there.
This is right. This is ready. This is good to go.
Everything's good to go, but that performance. So now guess what? As soon as I'm feeling it, I'm in there.
Boom.
The whole thing's done.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or at least very close because we
Right.
were chipping. Right?
That's pretty cool, right? To think about. It's like saving at the end of the day. It's saving. So if you
Save
want
and
to
quit.
if you want to go on a trip, the only way you're going to get to that trip is if you save. So if you have an account that you're putting a little bit of money in every single day, every single week, every single month,
Instead of paying for that $3,000 trip
Up front?
all in one,
Oh my God.
one payment,
you could do it, but it's just like
you
nobody
already
wants to do
got
that.
2,500 or 2,000 saved up in the bank specifically for that. So now you only got to pull 1K out of your, I don't know. You know what I mean?
So it's just like that. So you got to look at everything as like as money wise, as your math
Chipping
wise.
away.
Right.
Chipping away. How,
Everything's
we
a
haven't-
debt, and every action is paying towards that debt. Put it that way.
Why is there's always a similar like idea with these workshops? You know, they're very similar, but there's always a different like way to understand it.
A different perspective
Like
behind it.
we've talked about that before, where it's like, okay, just chip away at a couple steps if you're climbing that mountain, right? 10,000 steps. Don't
Easy
even look
peasy.
at that.
Oh wait.
Look at the next 10 steps, right? You know, we've talked about that in the past, but we've never really had that with the perspective of now it's like this math equation
No.
where now we're chipping. There's always another like angle you can take.
There's multiple ways to skin a cat. You know what I'm saying? You know that saying? So I mean,
Wait, is there?
Yeah.
Like, is that?
I could do it with a dagger. I could do it with a sword.
Oh, I get what you mean. I was like thinking like
You could do it with a rock.
they only got one like coat of fur, and you know what I mean, like I don't know, or like one skin.
The one leg you do by a
So I
sword.
was like,
the other
wait,
leg you do
it's
by.
like, No, but you mean there's different tools
Yeah.
to do this problem.
The same exact outcome that we can achieve to get. There's so many other different ways to get to that one conclusive idea of finished.
Yes.
So finding all those other different ways is really cool. It's really, really cool. I feel like that's life. I feel like if you're the master at one thing, then that's just it for you. But if you can pick and prod and be the master of your own lane in multiple things, I think that's what life's about. You need to take everything from anything and all put it into one.
Right. Like I could send out my song to get mastered, or I can master it myself, or I could ask a friend to do it, or like you know what I mean. All these different ways of getting it done.
Right. Which is really cool. So we have the option of free will and then deciding what the right path. But then there's people that get too lost in deciding what's the right one. So they stay stagnant. There's no action. There's no
stressful.
paying debt. You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole lot of thought and not a whole lot of action. I feel
The
like.
thought in the action itself kills the person. Kills the action in the person
That feels
itself.
like stuck. Like you're getting stuck on a decision.
That just means you don't know how to break it down. So if you're stuck on a decision, learn how to break it down. So if you're like, damn, I need to pay $10,000 to this one place. Well, can you pay $10 right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, you get what I'm saying? I can
It's
do
so
10
hard,
more.
isn't
Yeah,
it? So
it's
hard.
So hard.
Like
It's so
it's
hard.
like damn, I owe $10,000. Like, and my monthly payment is $300. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just like I'm never gonna be done with this.
Yeah.
But
consistently will outshine whatever you have going on.
while that's true, that you're gonna feel like that 2 years down the line when you got 3 payments left,
Ooh,
that's when it matters.
that's nice.
How,
Like,
bro? How do you do that? How do you stay motivated when you're at the very beginnings of accomplishing
motivation is just a tool. It doesn't matter nothing else. You got to just do, and
something?
that's
So
it.
it's just doing it and
Just
being
doing it.
consistent with
That's
it.
That's it.
And that's it. There is nothing to gain out of that in the moment, right?
Not you can't.
Until you get to the end.
Yeah.
There's not.
Everything requires time. So there's a sacrifice of time, and the payment is time.
So why is the question always, oh, you gotta stay motivated and like purposes in life, and you know what I mean? Why is that always the
Because
thing?
they took off the wrong idea. They're saying the right things, but with the wrong idea.
I feel like that's misleading then, if you think about it.
Well, they have the right idea. They just don't know how to deliver it. So us would be, they're trying to tell you that consistency is going to pay off, but they're telling you in a
They're
different
saying
way.
it in a way though that it's gonna feel good doing it, and it's not gonna feel good.
Right,
doing it.
right.
You know what I
right.
mean? I feel like that's in that way it's misleading. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the reason why there's so many different paths. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only some people. There's amount of people that's going to reach this path. There's amount of people that's going to reach this path. There's amount of people that's going to reach this path. It's like a maze. So we can all kind of get there. There's going to be certain interests that kind of get us to the end, but there's going to be some that blocked you off. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool.
Find yourself
In the maze.
an accountability partner. That way you can enjoy it as you go. Find yourself a community, right?
Yeah.
To be a part of. That way, as you're chipping away, getting to your final goal, right? It's exciting. It's fun.
Yeah, you got to find
Maybe,
love.
right?
You got to find love in the moments of being consistent. You know what I'm saying? Because if
Or
you
else
don't,
it's gonna be very hard.
it's very taxing.
Right.
Yeah, it's very
It's
taxing.
gonna be, oh great, gotta go to work again tomorrow.
It's like,
Oh,
right, yeah.
gotta go
Now
back to
you're
work again
you're
tomorrow.
already in a negative mindset, trying to do the thing that you don't want to do. Oh my
Right.
god!
Like, don't worry. One day when I get to that point that I want, then everything's gonna get happy and exciting.
Boom. Compared to waking up and being like, oh my God, I really got it. Dang, it's Monday again.
Well, I was I was actually saying the opposite of what you're thinking.
Right.
That
but I was like, imagine.
Now I'm sad, but over there, when I get over there, it's going to be happy. Okay, you wake up the next day. Not there yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's very important to find a community, you know what I mean? Or like at least an accountability partner that's wanting to be great also. Even if it's in the small things.
Yeah.
Like anything. Like, you know what? I'm going to throw an extra 10 pounds on the weights today. I don't know. Even just the small
Even
stuff.
a little 5 pound. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Very important to find people. What kind of people are ambitious people? Or what kind of people are those? People that want to better themselves.
Hard-headed, ambitious. So
hard-head.
Yeah, they're hard-headed in their own lane to stay ambitious and consistent enough to, regardless of whatever goes on, they're going to see the results if they just continue to chip away.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I think we hit a bunch of nails on the head with all that.
Like different entryways.
Let's keep this conversation in mind, and if we're feeling like venting about it a little bit more, we'll continue this convo after we go through our news.
In other news,
I'm dead. In other news here at Underrated. Okay, so this week, for the past 2 weeks, we got 3 major albums to talk about. So 2 of them came out on the 28th of March, and 1 of them came out on the 19th. So let's talk about that one first. Okay, so the one that came out, which would be last week, maybe a week and a half ago now, is the Kevin Gates album called I'm Him. Dose. Right? Okay, so a little bit of details real quick. It had 11 songs for a total runtime of 33 minutes, which I just realized that those are master numbers, and that might have been on purpose, but I don't know.
it happens.
How do you feel about Kevin Gates? What do you think about the album? Give me a hot take.
Kevin Gates is crazy. Kevin Gates is wild, but Kevin Gates is also smart. With that being said, he knows how to make his own music how he wants it. And with that being said, it comes out as confident. So you could vibe to confidence.
He's very intentional.
He's very intentional.
Yeah, he is. I'll give him that.
Anything that he's doing, it's to that one purpose of that one thing. So I think the album was dope. To be honest, like, it was cool.
Is this something that you'd run back?
Oh yeah, for sure. I would add a bunch of the songs to my likes.
You did mention that you'd work out to this.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just cool. Like, it's cool getting lost in the moment, and it's just, you have that same type of energy flowing. So it's just like, if you're a Kevin Gates fan, I feel like you would really enjoy this album, to be honest.
Nice. Yeah, I'm a Kevin Gates fan. I liked it. I wouldn't say this is his best album.
Right.
You know, there's way more commercially, backed, but big budget backed albums that he's released.
Satellites.
But this is definitely something for the fans, or at least that the fans would enjoy, right? So what's your rating off of what you've heard?
Solid 8.2.
8.2 for Kevin Gates coming from Mighty. Anything else you want to put a cherry on top of that?
Yeah, he just really did his thing. And it's just cool to have somebody in a different lane to do their thing, and then it come out kind of as expected as it should be, in a way, with quality-wise and consistent flow. Mm-hmm. And he still kind of brought back a little bit of old Kevin Gates, so it was cool. So it's very enjoyable.
There was a good like old school kind of old school Kevin Gates.
Oh yeah.
Right?
So it was cool.
All right, my take. Well, first of all, let me give a rating.
Boom.
So I'm going to agree with Mighty on the 8.2. That's what you gave it, right? Yeah, so we're going to go with 8.2 for the album. My thoughts, I really thought that this album was genuine to Kevin Gates. It was him. Undeniably, Kevin Gates.
It's Kevin Gates.
I also agree that there's some it's like Get Pumped, or like kind of like that.
He hit that aggressive.
The music that, like, if you want to hit that next set in the gym, it's like, yo, he's just like coach yelling at you.
Right.
But like it's like in a way to where it's like, damn, I need to boss up real quick. and then you like smell the salts or something. You know what I mean? Just
kill that.
so yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know if I'll run it back. There was a few songs in there that I would like to go back and listen to and potentially add to the gym playlist.
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's what I got to say about it. I think you might know a little bit more about Kevin Gates than I do. I think I was more of the guy that hopped on to Kevin Gates as soon as, like, I got 2 phones, one for the bitches and one for the like, I don't know, like that was the era of Kevin Gates where I really was like, oh, okay, this guy's hard.
Yeah, it's like he already made it.
Diamonds really shine, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, that album was like, that's when he was like peak Kevin Gates, right?
Yeah, he like already did what he was supposed to do, and then he was kind of like living in the fluctuation of like, oh, let's go. So
this was like his marathon album if he was Nip, maybe,
in a way,
right?
yeah, maybe. In a
But
way.
I mean, Nip ended up getting nipped, but
surely nipped.
but like if he lived through that marathon album, this might be the equivalent kind of come up.
Oh, for
as
sure, I get what you mean. Right.
Kevin Gates releasing that Isla. Was it the Isla album?
Was it? Yeah. I think the one that you like.
To me, that's the one that really shot this guy into like mainstream, I guess, or like he's at least like a C celebrity or a B celebrity, maybe a B, huh? Maybe he's up there.
Maybe like a C plus.
Yeah, so we like Kevin Gates. 8.2 on the album. Looking forward to what he's got coming. It seems like he's back to work.
Yeah, which is cool.
Right. Has he been on an off season or no?
He been working.
Yeah, we just talked about it. Everybody's always working, but has he been in a moment to where he's just behind the scenes?
He did that whole like that Bobby interview, and he was like talking to her about that. He was
he did do that,
there.
huh?
Yeah, he was being wild on there.
I feel like that might have been a little bit of a lead up to this
Well, of course.
album now.
You know what I'm saying?
But
that's the only time you're ever gonna see an artist.
But he mentioned about him losing weight, remember? And he was like, the thing that really got him over the top, where he was like, I got, where he was like, I got, I'm big as hell. Was he said
the
that
baby?
A fan like gave their baby to him to like, I don't know, hold or take a picture or something.
And the
baby was trying to suck his nipple
for the milk.
For milk. And that's when he said he realized he was like, he said, hell no. Like, that's when you realize you're big as hell.
Oh,
like,
my God. It's cool to have that moment, like, stare at you dead in the nipple. I mean, face.
I'm dead. I wonder if the baby, like, kind of did grab it for a second, but then it kind of came out.
No, he said the baby was like, and he was like, what the hell? Like,
so, yeah, I mean, if anybody needs some motivation to drop some pounds, I may like hold a baby with your shirt off. I don't know.
Just eat pears.
Pears.
Shout out to pears.
Okay. The next one I want to get into, there's one that was kind of like not as exciting for me. I'm gonna talk about that one last. But the second album we got to talk about was the Young Drummer Boy album. So this was a shorter album, kind of like the Kevin Gates one. So this one had 13 songs for a total runtime of 30 minutes. You want me to give my take first?
Y'all go. It was a nice little LA vibe. Did its thing, which was clean.
I think that was accurate.
Yeah.
LA, it was an LA vibe.
Nice little LA vibe, very clean to the cut. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he did what he was supposed to do.
I think this was a perfect release timing-wise because Young Drummer Boy and King Little G just came off of doing a performance at Rolling Loud.
Which is pretty nice.
Seeing the people that are in my community, right? They're like more respected, I guess, in my community. There's some of the guys that people are really like leading my area, my community. It's really cool to see them doing shows like Rolling Loud. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's just when you're performing at a Rolling Loud, it's like oh, this is like it. It's not the Hispanic community anymore. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is
art.
Hip
This
hop.
is music. Yeah, this is everything under the
Oh, we're
umbrella.
a part of hip hop now.
Right.
And I just thought it was so cool to see them up there representing just my whole community, which is, I guess, the Hispanic rap. You know what I mean? Or to broaden it a little bit, West Coast, California, Arizona,
Right.
rap. You know what I mean? So it was very cool to see them out there putting on for us. You know what I mean? So to get back to Young Drummer Boy, perfect timing of the release. What is this, like a week out from Rolling Loud? And there was some quality stuff in here. I thought it was dope. And even his album cover, he's there standing with a Ferrari. You know, it's just I don't think he's ever done something like that, which is it's kind of a little bit of a flex, or maybe to show kind of where he's at now.
Right.
But you know, instead of taking a photo with a Mercedes Benz, which is you know what I mean, which is like kind of the hot LA rap thing to do, or even a Chicago rapper would do that maybe. It's a Ferrari sitting here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we leveled up maybe. I don't know. Like, look at us now. I don't know. It kind of gave me those vibes. I think out of all the songs, my favorite one was, I'm spacing the name. It's the one that he goes, oh, that's the name of the song. I'm dead. It goes, I don't really trust nobody. Like, right in the beginning. That's probably, I think it's called Don't Trust Nobody. Don't Trust Nobody. The exact name is something like that. That's probably, out of listening through it, that's probably my favorite one. And I think Young Drummer Boy knows that because when he announced the album, that's kind of like the song he was leading
Flagshipping with.
Yeah, this was like his single that he was, like he did a video for it, I think. Like this was his first thing he rolled out. So yeah, I'd give the album. I think I'm gonna give the album. I think I gotta run back and see. There was songs in there that I want to put to my like playlist, but I think I gotta run back and make sure because it takes a lot to get on my likes. You know what I'm saying? And I know for a fact there was at least 3 on there, but there could have been more. And I had just...
You got to just listen to it.
I had just skimmed through it yesterday, not going to lie.
You got to marinate
The album just came out on the 28th.
Right.
So I haven't really had a whole lot of time to really...
Just marinate.
You know what I mean? But definitely songs I like on there. Got to Run It Back. Dope-ass song with King Little G he had. And this was like one of those albums that he had to put out. He put out at a good time. And I can't wait for something that's got like a big old budget.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can always tell, right, when something's got a big budget, when something's got kind of.
Well, you can always, let's put it this way, you can always tell when a fighter fighting at a lower end tier is a good fighter, or a fighter and then you can't wait till he gets big so he can fight the harder competition. It's like the same thing. You know what I mean? You know when somebody's got that thing, they just need to have that spotlight for that thing.
Did I give it a rating?
Not yet. You're waiting to.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna give this album. I'm gonna give it a 7.7.
Hard. 77.
You know what I'm saying? What do you think? Is that fair, or what were your thoughts?
It's a nice little LA vibe. I mean, it's cool. I would do.
Oh, that's what you said. My bad. I was over here rambling for like 5 minutes. I forgot that you had already said.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
But did you give a rating to it?
No.
Or what's your rating on that?
I would have to agree. You know what I mean?
You agree with the 7.7? Around
there. For like what it is, I feel like the delivery was nice. The flow was there. The energy was kind of up there too. Mm-hmm. So somebody being more local, it was good to hear something like of that quality.
Hard.
So pretty hard.
All right, Young Drummer Boy, looking forward to whatever you got next.
You know what I'm talking about.
All right, so the last album that I wasn't as hyped for, but also I kind of don't listen to this guy. So I guess, is that fair to say?
That's fair.
Lil Durk. I think dude's in prison. I'm pretty sure, but
yeah, he's in prison. He
released an album. Album's called Deep Thoughts. It had 17 songs for a total runtime of 45 minutes.
That's a lot of thoughts.
It kind of had that Tory Lanez vibe to where the little short videos on Spotify were like him in jail talking to the features through the glass,
which was cool. That was like a cool little different thing to do.
Do you think he made this album while in prison, or is this stuff that he made before that he's now putting out? You know what I mean?
Maybe a little bit of both.
A little bit of both, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. How are these rappers getting all this high-tech technology in their jail cell?
People's booty's getting bigger.
Oh, my God. He'd be like, hey, I'll send you 10 racks right now. We get
You want
we
a
get
Mickey
30
D's
minutes.
double McBeat
30 minutes
cheese, man?
recording.
Whoa, 30 minutes.
That's not a lot of time.
Just a dude bent over.
When you're in prison, that's a lot of time to record. I think you want to give my take real quick on this one first. Okay, so Lil Durk. Never really been a huge fan, but I will say I did like the song with him and Drake. You know, the one where he's at the Nike factory, I think.
Oh, yeah.
What's the name of it?
I can't think of the name. I cannot think of the name.
Yeah, and they say doing all this and all that. You know what I'm saying? What is that?
I know. I can see it, but I can't like.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh my gosh, we are Drake fans.
dead.
Here we go. Don't even know the song, but the one where he's at the Nike factory, and then they're like in the jet ski in the river right there. Damn, you know, you look it up real quick. Yeah, look it up real quick. Sorry.
Sorry.
Doing all this and all that. Isn't it like Cry?
Laugh now, cry later.
I'm dead. Laugh now, cry later. This song was really cool. Lil Durk did well on the song too.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, Drake is
hilarious.
Drake is one of those artists that can make any artist shine in a type of way.
Right.
Like when he just does some random song, he's going up on a Tuesday.
McConan.
Yeah, like I haven't heard from him much, but I know that one McConan Drake song was dope. You know what I mean? Like, what?
You love that shit.
What?
That I going up on a Tuesday?
No, I do like that song.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That Drake brings out the best in his features or whoever.
Oh, and then we don't see the best like moving forward with them.
Yeah, but like when they release their own thing, it's kind of like, okay, yeah.
It's kind of like when you're with the Eagles and then you get dropped by the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? With the Eagles, here. Without the Eagles.
Yeah, like
just
like Barkley on the Giants.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, he was badass.
And then Barkley on the Eagles.
He's a god.
Okay, like you know what I mean. So yeah, Lil Durk. I thought you could obviously tell the album was quality. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bro is famous, right? He's on a big label. They're gonna put some big money behind it. But it's just funny because Bro's in prison for probably a long time, and you could tell like the label or family they're like, yo, we gotta make some money now.
Yeah.
Before his buzz goes even more down, and you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, I think if you get sentenced to life, I don't think that you can make any, or I don't know exactly how that goes, but
making music wise,
making profits off your music wise, I don't know how that goes or where it goes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I don't
think anybody starts caring about you anymore. You're like,
well, I think you get your liberty stripped from you, so I don't know.
I get what you mean.
In the distribution process, do they get this still amount of money, or you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I don't know how that works. So
right. Okay.
If he's in a part to where he hasn't been convicted of the whole planning to get somebody
I'm pretty sure. I'm not super up to date with this guy, but I'm pretty sure he's gone for a while.
Yeah, I mean, shit happens.
Like more than Tory Lane's gone.
Yeah.
Like Tory Lanez was gone for 10 years. He's got like 5 years left or something. But this dude, I'm pretty sure this dude is gone. Can we look that up real quick for the fans? To say how long
no,
is Lil
remember
Durk?
He hasn't been convicted or nothing. It's just conspiracy to hire another party to kill that rapper.
Okay, so maybe what I heard was that if he does get officially convicted, Bro is gone.
I mean, he's probably doing a nice little 20-30 piece.
Damn, that's not little. That's a life sentence. Isn't 20 years a life sentence and then you get those stacked? 20,
25, I think.
Damn. Yo,
that's why they say 25 to life.
Yo, when you zoom out in the universe and you see Earth as just a speck in the grand scheme of millions and trillions of galaxies.
Imagine getting trapped in this rock.
And all you got is 80 years to live.
80
and then now
seasons.
you're spending that stuck without your free will.
12 seconds will get you messed up, man.
Damn.
12 seconds will get you messed up.
Like, we went from talking about the album and giving ratings and all this to like...
life lessons.
Bro fucked up. I think for as far as a rating, I think I'm gonna give this album. It was good. It was quality. It was Lil Durk. It had cool features. There was Future on there. You know what I'm saying? Lil Baby was on there. Jhené Aiko was on there.
She had a really nice aura of a feature, as she always does.
She killed it.
Yeah, she killed it.
I feel she always kills it.
Yeah, she always kills it.
Yeah,
Lil Baby killed it. Mm-hmm. Well, he just did Lil Baby things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think for the album, I feel like this is like at the very least, a 7.2. How you feeling? What would you rate the album?
You said very least 7.2?
Mm-hmm. Wait, did you give your whole take on it? I don't think so. I was rambling for a while.
I mean, it's a nice little,
what's
in your environment release. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Give me your whole take and then a rating right after.
I'll probably give it about a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
Okay. Not feeling Lil Durk?
Just dead in the middle.
Wait, what's your thoughts about Lil Durk anyway? Like, is he an artist you check out? Like, you know what I mean? No. Okay. That's wait. You giving me like NBA YoungBoy vibes.
I think the memes about him are just hilarious. Like just like because he has like funny reactions to things going on. Yeah, he's always just. So it's just he's always
you could potentially spend life in prison.
Well, it's not. Well, I mean, yeah, that too. But it's just like there's a lot of videos about him like doing random things and like he's in a situation and then he has to like he's just like it's just funny. So I'm thankful for that.
Yeah. Is he stuck in like a gang or something? Like, why can't he avoid issues? Or is he just one of those type of people that just always has issues?
I mean, regardless if he's doing the issues or not, you're wrapped up in the issues. So it's just like you're putting yourself beyond death.
Is it hard to get out of those issues though once you kind of are in it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, just stop doing it.
So he's obviously not a boss that's able to walk away from anything. He's a part of this whole stuff that's going on.
I don't know what he is, what he's not, but what I do know what he is somebody potentially getting locked up for a long time. I know somebody doing the right thing ain't gonna be in that situation, so that's all I gotta say. You know what I'm saying? Everybody fill in the blanks. Read between the lines. Read between the bars.
Okay, so you gave it a 6. I gave it a 7.2. I mean,
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not saying it's bad.
If this was a 5-tier scale, we'd be giving it the same rank, basically.
Right.
So that's that. Any other music that might have come out that I didn't mention? Or are we pretty good on that?
Bliss is on the rise. Stay tuned.
Bliss got some work to do. And you know what I'm saying there's actually going to be some work done today, which is pretty cool.
Today.
Yeah. Here, let me just say that then later this week, we're actually uploading a separate video on the pod, and it'll be a separate audio of the pod, and it's going to be specific to a guest that we got.
Right.
Which is going to be cool. We're starting this kind of like interview portion of Underrated with this first guest, and it's going to be cool. It's, instead of having like another member on our panel, it's going to be a total separate bro doing a total separate video. So,
which is nice.
The whole goal of it was pretty much to kind of highlight and focus even more attention solely on that guest. Like, my thoughts were like, what could I do to add even more value to a guest that we get to join us? You know what I mean? And that was basically, I need to upload a video just for the guest. Like, you know what I mean? So we're going to see how it goes. We're always evolving, you know what I mean? And I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be dope.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like,
it's always a better thing to always have something that you can achieve for with other people. So
I always have an issue marketing the pod, and this is me venting about the pod, because the intro, it says anyone could be underrated as, and I even kind of like blurred the word a little bit, or like kind of like, you know, messed with it, and it still comes up as if it's profanity, and it makes it hard to run ads on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So whatever. Like, I'm not gonna change it just to run ads. But check this out. Potentially with these interviews, I could just have them be marketed. You know what I
And
mean?
that's it.
Yeah, and then keep it clean as best as possible. You know what I mean? But I think it'd be dope. He's actually messaging bro right now.
Bro's here, see, bro.
Is he here?
Yeah.
What time is it? Oh shit, 8:33.
So you know what that means.
Are we putting the end top on this real quick?
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So we did the workshop in the beginning, which was dope. I do really believe that though, that chipping away at the big tasks inevitably creates a smaller task in the end.
100%.
So with that being said,
Sculptors have a boulder, and at the end they have a nice sculpture. So
yeah, when it's a boulder, you don't just hit it a couple times and all of a sudden it's some work of art. No, it takes.
it's not some SpongeBob
time.
shit, but it takes time.
I'm dead.
It's just SpongeBob flexed out.
Hey, but you can get to the point where you hit it once and it looks beautiful.
Right,
So,
right.
Hey,
Hey.
wait if you want to. Hey, we didn't get a chance to talk about solo leveling.
Solo leveling,
next week or the next pod.
Oh my god.
Yo, next pod, we're gonna talk about it for sure. That might be like the first little news thing we talk about on the next episode.
I love solo leveling, man. But yeah, anyway, stay tuned for next time.
Stay tuned. We got our guest right here about to join us. That's why we're putting an end cap on this. But we love y'all. Hey, if you made it I still got a QT gift card to give to somebody. Like, all you need to do to get this gift card is just comment QT gift card. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny. It's funny, but now somebody about to get some money. You know what I'm saying?
Funny money.
All right, y'all. We love y'all. Peace.